under the cover of the New Year's Six Bowls and the college football playoff, you had Cam Ward put out a little video. There's no big graphic, that there was no, long hype video. It's Cam Ward just sitting in front of, I think it was his iPhone probably, saying, I'm declaring for the NFL draft. Short and sweet, less than 20 seconds to let the people know it is what it is. That was massive. Because we've said here for a long time, that is the domino to fall that will dictate where a lot of these cats end up going. Now, I was a little bit surprised to see Cam Ward declare for the NFL draft. Just for me, I'm like, okay, if he's going to be, let's say optimistically, a second-round pick, and let's estimate that his earning potential is somewhere in the range of like $6 or so million right off the bat. I don't know what his NIL value would be at different schools, but I have to believe he's at least in the neighborhood of that. I have to feel like, according to Matt Rule, a good quarterback is going for at least $1 million. So Cam Ward being the guy setting the market, probably worth more than that. But also the chance to play in college and to improve his draft stock. And this is a stacked quarterback class. Maybe he's a little bit higher on the draft board next year. Maybe he's, providing a little bit more demand for these NFL teams. So had a chance to maybe, I think, make some more money on tape. Now, worth noting here, On3 has independently reported that he did not sign with a permanent NFL agent. So that door is kind of cracked up for him to return back to college. But it was interesting because right as Cam Ward declared for the NFL, within hours, you saw DJU commit to Florida State, which I imagine Florida State was holding out for Cam Ward. And as soon as Cam Ward declared for the NFL, I'm led to believe by nature of this series of events, DJU had a spot at Florida State, took it, let's roll. So he's got his chair. Again, the music has stopped by Cam Ward making his decision. So if you're a school, you got to get someone in your chair as a quarterback. And if you're a quarterback, you got to find a chair because things are going to start filling up quick. KJ Jefferson sees the writing on the wall, some contact with Miami. Miami was very heavily in the Cam Ward sweepstakes. And KJ Jefferson just says, you know what, I'm going to make my decision here. I want to go to UCF. I'm going to UCF. He finds his chair. So now you're seeing the market for the quarterbacks in the transfer portal start to change a little bit. Like Malachi Nelson, his stock went up. And Miami, they need someone in that chair as a transfer portal quarterback. By nature of what we saw in that bowl game, they need to go to the portal for a quarterback. Looks like they missed on Cam Ward for the time being. Talking to Malachi Nelson right now. His stock going up. Malachi Nelson went from talking to schools like Tulane and Houston to being in the mix at Miami. Now, it is my belief that he was not going to play relatively soon at USC. Miller Moss went nuts in the bowl game, and I think he would probably had to have weight behind him to have a chance to do that. Also, USC was in the portal quarterback market. But the real winner of all this, and Jesse Simonton has got a really good article, about the portal in general, but I know he's got a lot of thoughts on Will Howard as a whole. Will Howard is the real winner of the transfer portal quarterback musical chairs and the real benefactor of what's been going on with Cam Ward and his decision to go to the NFL. Because Miami, they need a quarterback. And Will Howard, I believe he visited Miami. I don't know if there's any smoke still there, but like Mario Cristobal going into year 3, it is a show me year. It is a we need to win now kind of year. They don't have a guy. So whatever, his NIL value was previously in relation to a school like Miami, I promise you, it just skyrocketed because he is now the guy. He is now the quarterback in the market. Ohio State also in contact with Cam, or maybe Cam Ward was a thought for them originally, but they're also in contact with Will Howard. They've kind of been in the mix. Again, there's no other safety net if you miss on Will Howard now. There is Will Howard, then a pretty good drop, and whoever else is available right now. So from what I saw in that bowl game from Ohio State, from Devin Brown in very, very limited action, mind you, and Lincoln Kienholz, like at the very least, I think you need to elevate someone in that room. You need to have someone elevate that room, rather. And we'll have more thoughts on Ohio State on tomorrow's live show, but this is the least risky option in the portal quarterback market. Tons of experience, proven winner, got a Big 12 title to his name. Like, his resume speaks for itself. And if you want a guy to allow your team to compete at the Tier 1 level, he's the only option out there for my money. So keep an eye on who else pushes here for Will Howard, as he, again, is the guy to set the market. Sounded like Auburn in the final 24 hours, according to Pete Nakos, who, again, follow PD Portal, man. I'm telling you, you're going to stay dialed in for all things transfer portal. Follow him on Twitter. Sounds like they got in the mix for Cam Ward before he declared for the NFL draft. I wonder who else makes a push here for Will Howard. Haven't heard much about Miami or Auburn for him, but we'll see if they get in the mix. Now, this is sort of a sleeper storyline, if you will. Keep a very, very close eye on Michigan. Because I have heard rumblings. I don't know if there's any reports out there. I have heard rumblings that if J.J. McCarthy decides to declare for the NFL draft, they could be in the market for a transfer portal quarterback. And again, Will Howard is the guy if you're looking for a transfer portal quarterback. So we'll see what happens there. But Will Howard now has been handed the remote to the stereo of musical chairs. And I think he, quite frankly, doesn't have to play the music at all if he wants to. I think he can just pick a chair at this point in time. So the major domino has fell with Cam Ward declaring for the NFL draft. Sounds like it's unlikely for him to return to college, even though that door is slightly propped open. But obviously, if he does go back to college, we'll give you our thoughts on that, and we'll talk about it, and we'll have a good time doing so. So the transfer portal quarterback market, Will Howard holding the keys. Find a chair. If you're a transfer portal quarterback, find a chair. Unless your name is Will Howard, you can pick your chair. Hey, y'all. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel here to make sure you don't miss an episode of The Hard Count. Also, be sure to check out other videos on the On3 YouTube channel.